So now page 5 continue the same chapter, that is the story of village Palampur. Now here the topic which we have to discuss is, will the land sustain? Now students, land being a natural resource, it is necessary to be careful in its use, and the scientific reports indicate that the modern farming methods have overused the natural resource base. So land is fixed, we know it is a natural resource, but it is fixed, and the scientific reports are indicating that the modern farming methods, that whatever HIV seeds we are using and the modern machinery implements we are using, so we have overutilized our natural base because of natural resource base, because of these things. And now the green revolution, in the earlier pages we have seen the green revolution, that we ushered into the era of green revolution due to all this HIV seeds and the modern farming practices. And this was the positive side of the green revolution, that we had the bumper crops. But there is a negative impact also of the green revolution, that the green revolution is associated with the loss of soil fertility due to increased use of the chemical fertilizers. So if we are using HIV seeds, then we need more of these fertilizers, and if we are using more of these fertilizers, then it affects the fertility of our soil. And students, secondly, the continuous use of groundwater for tube well irrigation has led to depletion of water table. This also is a very serious concern, that we are using our groundwater resources, we are overutilizing our groundwater resources, especially in the agriculturally prosperous region where farmers are growing this water intensive crops, that is this paddy, this rice, because these crops are being procured by the government under PDS. So this is also a very serious concern regarding our water table, which is going down. And then the environmental resources like soil fertility and groundwater are being built up over the years, and once destroyed, it is very difficult to restore them. And we must take care of the environment to ensure future development of agriculture. So sustainability of development, we have to talk here, that we have to utilize our resources in a very judicious manner, and we have to save them, we have to save our environment and natural resources for future generations also. So the page 6 now of your book, students. Here now, how is land distributed between farmers of Palampur? This we have to see. And by now you must have realized how important land is for farming, students. We have realized this thing, and unfortunately all the people engaged in agriculture, means unfortunately not all the people who are engaged in agriculture, they have sufficient land for cultivation, and land is unevenly distributed. Some do not have land, some have a small plot of land, and some sections have huge part of land. So some are landless, some are marginal farmers, some are small farmers, and some are big landlords. And the picture given on page 6 of your book, you can see the large number of small plots scattered around the village in the picture, and these are cultivated by the small farmers. On the other hand, more than half of the area of village is covered by plots that are quite large in size. So in Palampur there are 60 families of medium and large farmers who cultivated more than 2 hectares of land, and few of the large farmers have land extending over to 10 hectares or more. So now moving to page 7, students. Now, who will provide the labor? After land, labor is the next necessary factor of production, and farming requires a great deal of hard work. And small farmers, now if we talk about, they along with their families, they cultivate their own field, thus they provide the labor required for farming themselves. Medium and the large farmer, they hire the laborers to work on their fields because area is more, and the farm laborers, they come either from the landless families or the families cultivating small plots of land. So these people will work on the landlords' lands, and they will earn the wages. Now moving to page 8, students. Here now, unlike farmers, farm laborers do not have right over the crops grown on the land. Obviously laborers just work for the wages, and they don't have any right on the whatever crop, whatever the harvest the land is producing. An instance, they are paid wages only, by the farmers for whom they work, and these wages can be in cash or in kind. Kind means like crop can also be given, and sometimes laborer get meals also. So wages vary widely from region to region, and there is also a wide variation in duration of employment also, students. A farm laborer might be employed only on a daily basis or for one particular farm activity, or like harvesting, or for the whole year. So and on the same page 8, the story of Dala and Ramkali is given. And Dala is the landless farm laborer who works on a daily wages in the Palampur. This means he must regularly look for work. Daily wage means daily he has to look for work, and the minimum wages for a farm labor set by the government is rupees 300 per day, and but Dala gets only rupees 160. So this is the exploitation, this is discrimination with the daily wage laborers. So now page 9, students, there is a heavy competition for work among the farm laborers in Palampur because the demand for labor is less and the supply of labor is more. So people agree to work for lower wages, also compromise. And Dala complains about his situation to Ramkali, who is another farm laborer. So both Dala and Ramkali are among the poorest people in the village.